All right. Welcome back, everyone, to our second block of the day here. USC 2020 quarterfinals weekend. This is going to be a big block. There's a lot of matches. A lot of fun stuff's going to happen tonight. Got several more losers bracket round one matches. Then we'll be culminating the evening with our nightcap, the first winners quarterfinal taking place 11 o'clock Eastern, 3 o'clock UTC, between South California and Massachusetts. Hope you guys are strapped in, you've got your popcorn, you've got your drinks, and you are prepared for a long sesh. We've got some good stuff coming your way. We're going to be starting off with the losers bracket bout between teams Michigan and Iowa. As you can see on your screen, their rosters right there. They are currently, I believe, getting underway with their warm-ups, but in the interest of not having my client crash about 15 times, we're going to be chilling here on this screen for a couple minutes while we talk about the matches that are to come. We'll get into that once they are playing something that won't crash my tournament client, because I don't feel like dealing with that tonight. I'm actually gonna So, as we said, we're going to be starting out here, Michigan versus Iowa. 7 seed versus 20 seed. Michigan dropping in an upset to New York last week by the score of 5-1. Iowa, meanwhile, losing in the play-in round 2 weeks ago, 5-0 against Pennsylvania, who we just saw get eliminated a little bit earlier this afternoon by surprise victor Tennessee. We followed up. After this one, there are going to be 2 matches we're going to choose between. I believe we're going to end up showing Washington versus Connecticut. That's the 18 seed versus the 21 seed. Washington victors over Arizona in the play-in round 5-2 before dropping versus Virginia 5-0 in the round of 16. Taking on Connecticut, who lost in the play-ins 5-1 against North California. That'll be at midnight UTC. That'll be at the same time as Illinois versus Carolina, which on paper is a pretty one-sided affair. After that, 1 UTC, we've got Colorado versus Maryland. Of course, Colorado, helmed by I'm a Fancy Lad, gonna try to carry them onward through this losers bracket against a Maryland team that was really kind of deprecated this year. It's not the roster that we've seen in past years. Dropping guys like Monko2K, who went out to traitorously join South California to put together a super team, the likes of which we've never before seen in USC. Thank you, Monko, for that one. But I think should still put up a decent fight against the Colorado team that dropped last week in the tournament's only tiebreaker thus far. 2 weeks ago, excuse me. Last week. The tournament's only tiebreaker thus far against Massachusetts. They lost that one 5-4. That'll be our 1 a.m. UTC match. Then that followed up by North California against Arizona. Of course, North California, as mentioned, victorious over Connecticut in the play-in round, dropped 5-0 against Texas in the round of 16. Arizona as well, dropping against Washington in the play-in round. Finally, at 3 UTC, our nightcap, South California, everybody's odds-on favorite to emerge victorious from this entire tournament. They'll be taking on Massachusetts in the first winners bracket quarterfinal. That one at 3 UTC, 11 p.m. Eastern Daylight Time, 8 p.m. Pacific for time zone. Insert your time zone here. Get to see Marami Cat. No Marami Cat. He is not from the United States. No Vaxay either. I don't believe he plans on playing till finals or something. Not gonna probably. Oh, Miami Cat is. Wait, Miami Cat is. That's right. Who? Does he have a? Yeah. Okay. He has like the Ryuke fucking flag on his sweatshirt in his profile picture, which really managed to confuse me very effectively. And we get to see Ikki, we don't get to see Vaxei. I'm gonna find some while we hang out and wait here. I'm trying to do 3 things at once. Option. Music has ended. I'm gonna have to talk to Chili Repair. Get some more music. Okay. Actually, perfect timing because their warm-ups are done. So we're gonna go into the match lobby. They're gonna get started on His World as our audio to listen to during the bands. Very fun for everyone involved. Go over to that. There we go. Vaxei is playing in the tournament. He does play for South California. He's just not playing because they don't need him in the first couple rounds. I guess probably in the semifinals. If anything, they'll be potentially looking to bring him in against the victor of Ohio and Texas. I could see that as a matchup where they would really want to have their top 3 players all available. So if I had to guess, I'd say Vaxei next week for the first time. Very, very unlikely we see him this week. I think Idki Monko +1 is probably more than adequate to deal with Massachusetts. They are a solid team, but not quite as rounded in their top players, their carry potential, I'd say. But lest we make this entirely about SoCal when they're not even playing yet, we're going to talk about the match that's actually being played right now, Michigan versus Iowa. So on the left-hand side of your screen is going to be Team Michigan. They were the number 7 seed. We Captain The Ez, by Topoi Area James, Momo HD, aka E 15 times, and Halo Master 96. Iowa on right, the number 20 seed, captained by Mode, alongside Revo, Snick X, Gravel, and Benthonic. Got the bans coming in pretty quickly here. Iowa losing the role, first ban, second pick. They gonna choose to ban Nomad 5 and DT3, so that is going to be Zeitmesser and Marionetki, the bans from Iowa. Meanwhile, Michigan gonna go with Hidden 2 and DT4, so that means Michigan choosing to ban Endorphin, the reading-based hidden pick, and His World, the song that we're listening to right now, banned out as well. And Michigan now, of course, to pick first. We will see what they want to get started with. They're going to look to get off on the right foot this week after really struggling mightily against New York in their match last week. Things really not going that well for them there. You want to make sure to get a pick in that you feel very comfortable with. We'll see if it's going to be a Nomad 1 pick even. Who knows? Could see Nomad 1 as a viable selection for a team with the Ez, Topoi, and an aim third of their choice area. Maybe they go to DT pool. We have 2 DT bans. We have DT3, DT4 banned, but that does leave Hari Hari Yukai and Labyrinth Transmix. I don't think that's a Michigan pick. Maybe an area pick, but not anyone else from that team. Okay, well, I'm completely wrong. It's an area pick, and it's a Michigan's first pick. I literally, guys, what are you doing? All right, so it is going to be double time number 2, Licks Labyrinth Black Transmix V2.0 Ruruchi's Insane. We've seen this earlier, and really this map is about whether or not you can get over 85% accuracy, because that seems to be about the benchmark. I'm going to be very curious to see what the average AC on this map looks like by the end of the weekend. It's a tricky little, speedy little map. 240 beats per minute. just a minute and 48 seconds long, so it's a pretty quick one as well. This will be looking like our lineup here. Got Diaz, Area, and Topoy against Mode, Revo, and I'm gonna call him Snack X. I don't actually know how his name is supposed to be pronounced, but it's spelled like Snack X without the A. Unless it's supposed to be Snicks. Yeah, I don't know. Snacks. Snack X. Snicks. Somebody find out for me so we can get this right in what could well just be Iowa's last match in this tournament. Anyway, but I'd rather get their names right than get it wrong. We're going to get into match number 1. Match number 3. Everything that you could possibly ask for a link for is in the description, by the way, or has a command. If you want to ask a question about any sort of link, just do ! And then what you think that link is, and it'll probably pop up instead, because that is much easier. We are going to, I think, look at Area here on the Michigan side. Performed quite well back in Speed Cup. Topoy as well is a player who can combo things incredibly skillfully. And it is going to be Michigan taking an early lead here. We've seen breaks from Mode and Revo right as the map starts to get a little more interesting here from the intro. See another break from Diaz, but Area, Topoy still holding onto their combos, and Snacks breaking it for Iowa. So this one going the Michigan way, and looking at the AC, they're doing a little bit better than some of the other teams. Meanwhile, Iowa, best accuracy for the three of them is about 88%, as to be expected from this pick. So this is about what we'd expect from most teams. But Michigan, looking at the double FC here, Area and Topoy looking very strong. So they are going to take the 1-0 lead. Topoy breaking at the very last note, I believe. Around the last note. Michigan Speed Gang coming in strong. One break and a slide break from Diaz. Area, Topoy. And the near double FC, very good performance. Area, that is the best score we've seen on it so far. Meanwhile, Iowa, the three-way C rank with the best accuracy being 85 down to 84 and 78. That's more in line what we've been seeing from the teams who struggle a little bit more on this pool. Had to predict anything, those are kind of the scores we expected. Interesting. We're getting our first hidden one pick. This is the first time this has shown up. This hidden pool, you know, we kind of talked about this with Dada on the stream earlier, but this hidden pool has so far been, in the first two matches, much like the Hard Rock pool was last week, where it just gets ignored. This is our first, I believe, our first hidden pick. Now coming in as the second pick in our third match of the round. Yoshikari's Radiate, the Sensabel Extra difficulty, 5.74 star, 4.5-minute long pick. Going from shortest DT to the longest hidden, second longest map in the pool other than the tiebreaker. Get your resident sleepers ready in chat because this one is really long. And, you know, it's interesting, but it's not the most cool map in the pool, but it's Enter Shikari, so it's going to be a good song and I have a good time with it, because we always do, right? Again, staying with the same roster of Diaz, Area, Topoy, Iowa going to run Mode, Revo, and Snacks. Same roster for both teams. Iowa hoping for things to go a little bit better this time on their first pick. Able to even reach 900,000. And Diaz starting off with an inability to find the rhythm. Was not optimal. Did hold on to his combo, but dropped a lot of accuracy. Actually, nobody had a good time with the accuracy on that intro other than Area. I guess the rhythm is harder than it looks or something. Not really sure. It did not go well for really anyone, though. However, everyone's still holding onto a combo, so that's what really matters. Both teams staying very close in the very, very early stages. As we said, this is one of the longest maps in the pool. This week has kind of an interesting length variety. You know, you've got maps that are 4 minutes 21 seconds, 4 minutes 37, 4 minutes 26, and then you have maps that are a minute 48, minute 41. So we're really kind of running the gamut of map lengths here in this quarterfinals map pool. You get a couple of breaks coming in from Iowa, Revo and Snacks both missing before we've even really gotten into Song very far, not even a quarter of the way in. However, Topoy gonna find a break of his own for Michigan. Area as well following him up. It is now just Diaz versus Mode as the two remaining FCs in the lobby. Combos pretty much even, a very slight lead for Iowa, but not by much. I'm going to take a little bit of a score lead since they maintained their early combos a little bit longer. To a little quiet section. This is a little bit of the aforementioned resident sleeper that we were preparing for. And as earlier, I'll once again apologize if anybody hears some background noise in my audio. We're getting a new roof put on currently, and despite it being 7:20, they are still here hard at work. Praise be to the dudes building, putting together the roofs. They work very hard in some very, very hot, very sunny weather. Shout out to those guys, but it's been very loud in my house today, so hopefully I don't too much over the mic. Mode with what looked like a miss that was actually not. However, Revo did have a true miss, so combo advantage continues to be on the side of Michigan here as the two FCs, one for each side, but Topo and Area with a little bit better combo than Mode or than Revo and Snacks. I didn't forget, I just chose not to because I had to go get food and then I wanted to play Osu because I needed to not be doing tournaments 5 minutes a day. Yeah, I have been saying well, I said I'd do it this week and then I also said I'd do it in between these matches, but maybe I'll remember to do it tomorrow, I'm not sure. That is a break from Diaz. That is a very bad place to break. That is just past halfway through. That is a slider break. And that's going to give Mode the opportunity to try to carry this one a little bit. It is only about a 170,000 point lead for Michigan. And the combo advantage is now leaning the way of Iowa. However, Snack's going to find a break at the same time as Topoy, so it's Mode with the FC, Area with a decent combo that's going to try to carry Michigan. Michigan's going to maintain this lead for now, and that's going to be a break from Mode. There goes the one remaining FC, so Michigan's going to feel a little bit more comfortable with their lead as Revo and Snacks both break again, and Area continues to hold on. This section is just awkward slider shapes, as you can see. Very strange curvature to these sliders. And makes it a little more difficult to aim, especially if you've got any tournament nerves going on. However, Area performing admirably through this portion of the map, and looks like, despite the slider break right there at the end that he, Revo, and Mode all suffered, going to be enough for Michigan to hold on to a couple 100,000 point lead that will break point here to start the match off. So the first pick for Iowa not working out the way they would have liked. Michigan holding the combo when it mattered. Iowa not holding the combo when it mattered. And that is all wrote on our second map here as we finally get through this very slow, quiet outro. Top score looks like it will go to Mode. 50k. Not a bad performance at all. One break only in the map, but it was enough. Even if he had FC'd, it would not have been able to carry Iowa through that pick, so not quite the end of the world. I mean, I'm sure he would have liked to avoid the slider break and have the FC, but B rank from Snacks not helping out a whole lot, even though he did end up with a better score than all of Michigan, just performing a little bit better. He has an Area both at around 650k, and Topoy not too far behind, 500k with a couple slider breaks to it. It's going to be the break point for Michigan. They do take the 0 advantage early on here. They'll get their own pick to try and consolidate. And Michigan gonna stay in the DT pool. Gonna be our first sighting of double time #1 Hari Hari Yukai by Aya Hirano. The insane difficulty, which is 6.43 stars with DT. It's a throwback CDFA map from all the way back in 2000. It was originally submitted in 2013, was ranked in 2018. Languished for quite some time, finally making its way to the ranked section. Oh boy, bro. I'm going to guess that he had no map. I'm guessing he had no map. That is the safe bet here, I think. His world never, because it was banned. Fortunately. We're gonna get underway once again. Same rosters for both teams. They may as well just have 3 people on both. It seems to be the way they're playing this match out to start things off. I don't think anything super overly tricky in this. It just kind of has that older feel to it in the way the map is constructed. You can kind of tell just from the way the slider shapes are done and the patterns are created. It's a little bit older. But this stood the time, they tested time relatively well. Same cannot be said for Team Iowa, who have found 2 breaks already early on from Mode and Snacks. Revo still holding on to the full combo, and the other 2 not too far behind. Maybe a combo to avoid falling behind too far on this pick early on. And that is several breaks on the square jumps. Diaz, Topoi, Revo, I believe Snacks as well. We'll see here. Yep, Snacks as well. Only Area and Mode making it through that jump pattern. Did not go super well there for either of these squads. Again, we'll run out to a couple 100,000 point lead here early on. This was their pick, you know, they wanted to go into this DT pool with the picks that were left. The 2 DT bans, but managed to leave up a couple DTs, so Michigan taking full advantage. You could call this DT abuse if you're into that sort of terminology. And 250,000 point lead for Michigan. Bolstered by Area's continued full combo. Players with pretty decent combo at this point as we head towards the ending. Michigan's gonna feel pretty comfortable with this one. Last couple 100 combo. Tony incoming, raiding with party 14. Thank you, Tony, for the raid. Seeing you guys, of course, tomorrow night for the Virginia quarterfinal match. That'll be tomorrow evening, I believe 9 p.m. Eastern Daylight Time. And back here, Michigan closing out the 400k or so point victory on the third map, consolidating their break point for a 3-0 advantage, backed by that FC from Area. Very strong performance from him once again, looking very good on these DTs. Mode again looking pretty good for Iowa, but just not enough with the somewhat insufficient score from Revo and Snacks compared to that of Diaz and Topoi. A little over 100k when you compare both of those scores to the opponents. And so Michigan 3-0, Iowa second pick. Mode asking, can we double pick Ahmad? Somebody hit that man with read for him post.gif right now. Especially since Michigan literally just double picked DT. Clearly it is allowed. Shockingly enough. And we are going to get the other obnoxiously long DT pick, 4-minute, 18-second long Ake no Majo. Calibe and Hey Lulu. There's no way to say Lulu without sounding kind of silly. Calibe X Hey Lulu. Extra collab difficulty. This one 4 minutes, 18 seconds long, 185 BP. And you can kind of feel that, you know, that Calibe, Talib, however you want to call it, say it, kind of mapping style. Somewhat awkward jump patterns. Is going to bring in our first player change. It's going to be James coming in to replace Topoi for Michigan. Iowa potentially only having 3 players here. They may well be without Gravel and Tonic. Just keeping the same 3 in their roster, and they'll see if this hidden works out. Maybe a little better than the. In chat saying, go Iowa. Thanks. Rooting against his own team. Unbelievable. I can't believe somebody would do such a thing. All right, everybody from Michigan, just go in chat and say, go Iowa. This one is a quite uncomfortable map a lot of the time, as you can see throughout. Just kind of uncomfortable patterns at times, and I don't know. It's a very cool song though. No complaints there. I do like Elfins John. Make some neat music. Did get the early break in from Revo, so Michigan once again opening up with a bit of a lead, but Diaz gonna find a break of his own. And we'll lead back over to Iowa with their combo advantage now. Revo with another break though. Just like that, we are basically dead even, except that is a break from James right as we hit this first key Iowa mode, following right up as well as Snacks. So as we've almost seemingly come to expect out of these maps, Area already the only one left with a combo. The best performer so far, I guess, in this match, and he is going to try to take a lead here for Michigan as he is the only player with a combo over about 200. We vote 194. But Area still with the FC, a bit lower accuracy, but really no one has great AC on this pick, so we're not going to feel too bad about that. Try to carry this one for Michigan. Honestly, one of the most underrated players, and I say this without, of course, any hint of bias, not like I'm from Michigan myself or anything, but Area and Topoi especially, a couple of the very most underrated players or unknown players out there. That is 5 misses. Diaz, Topoi, or Diaz, James, Revo, Mode, and Snacks all breaking on the same pattern. Area the only one to hold on. He is going to continue to carry Michigan here and about hit the halfway point. It's going to be just around a 100,000 point lead for the Great Lakes State. Iowa going to try to do whatever they can to build up some combo, and that might help things out with Area breaking. The FC is gone. Diaz with a 200 plus combo. And James at about 150 with a small combo lead for Mode and Revo. We have a little bit of a slow section here to try and build up a bit of combo. And with 140k lead. See some of these somewhat tricky aim patterns. They do trip up the Ez, and that is going to be a bit of an advantage to Iowa. They did have Revo finding a break and another one on the square jumps. James, though, going to miss as well. Combo advantage is in favor of Iowa. They have Mode and Snacks. Not anymore. They had Mode and Snacks. Now it's just Mode. About a 60 combo lead over Area, but Area's combo will be enough to keep Michigan out in front for now. not going super well for really anyone in the map. Mode finally does break, and Area once again holds on to become the only player with combo over 200, and Michigan will hold on to this lead almost without a doubt now. It'll be a double break point, a 4-0 lead. Get the Area Hidden ban coming in for Michigan. Iowa decides to double pick Hidden for their first 2 maps, and looking like they're going to lose both of those as we come into the ending here. Michigan holding on to about a 200,000 point lead. Just the outro to play, and they will be home free for a 4-0 lead on their way to maybe what's looking like a possible sweep here. This is starting off already quite a bit better than their match against New York last week. There is the point 4-0 double break point for Michigan, now just 2 points away. Out. The world if Michigan played the pool. Area with the 561k, best score in the lobby by almost 200,000 points over Mode. Slightly less than that over Diaz, I should say. 70,000 over Mode. None of James, Revo, and Snacks having a super great time there for either team, but Michigan doing enough. Hit. Next pick from Michigan. Their third selection. They look to continue this dominant streak, start this match off. See if they can put up a 5-0 lead. Quick sort of match. It's going to be Hard Rock 3 from Michigan, which is a map that we've seen once. Yakumo Joint Struggle, the another difficulty. The more recent Joint Struggles. Late 2017, early 2018, mapped by Amuya. Of course, the CS 6.5 in this map pool. See some small circles. We will be seeing some precision aim from these players on pick. Topoi. The other 5, all the same. Players having a little bit of banter in the lobby in this one before we get underway with map number 5. We're hanging out. We're having a good old time, you know? Now we are underway with the circle size 6.5 hard rock selection. Oren would be proud. Again, looks to extend their lead out. It's about a match point in there. Here, the early break-in from Mode, so this has been the case in every pick. Michigan going to start off with a bit of lead. Snacks with a break as well. with the 3-way full combo, and now there are no FCs left on Iowa as Revo and Snacks find a couple breaks. Area does find the burst break for Michigan, but Diaz and Topoy holding on just fine. This is really turning into a pretty one-sided affair, much like our match earlier today, the New Jersey versus, New Jersey versus Indiana. Pretty much was just a rout, and Michigan doing much the same to Iowa here. Kind of what does end up happening in these losers bracket matches. There's a lot of times where first round of the losers bracket is just unbalanced matchup wise, and you see that happen because those are of course the teams who lost in the play-in rounds facing a team that lost in the round of 16. So in all likelihood you're going to see the stronger teams coming from. Other in the case of Tennessee versus Pennsylvania, but that was a lot to do with Pennsylvania not having Koa, not having Megatron is bad. This is a little bit affected by Iowa only having 3 players, but Michigan also looking much stronger than they did previously. Seeing Diaz and Topoy continuing on their C performances here, while nobody from Iowa really having a super great time. Topoy does finally break, but still holding just fine. Area building a big combo back up after an early miss, and this is going to be a pretty decisive victory on this point for the Michigan gang. It is 8,000,007 win is an FC for Diaz. That is an S rank with 1 slider break for Topoy and a 1 miss for Area. Iowa's best score 370. So just a one-sided affair, unfortunately, and that does take us to match point already. Only 40 minutes into this one, we are already at a 5-0 for Michigan. We have time, it looks like, before our next match. So Iowa can really figure something out in a hurry. I don't even really know what you pick now if you're Iowa. I don't know that it matters. I just pick Nelv. Nelv or make a Ruza. Maybe even Ano Yuiki no Bus ni Note Saraba, just because I really like that song. Oh, picks. That's a pick we haven't seen yet. We haven't seen a Nomad 1, we haven't seen a Nomad 2. Seen 3 mod 1. I went 3 for that matter. It is going to be free mod 1. Maybe Mode's watching the stream. I'm not sure. Favorite song in this map pool. 2U track. I just like 2U a lot. How did Indiana do? They lost a 5-0 sweep to Jersey. They have been eliminated from the tournament. I am sorry to say. I hate to be the bearer of bad news, but somebody's got to be, unfortunately, and it's me. Okay. Indiana, just not the strongest of rosters, not the strongest of states in general. Not have this year been back-to-back losses for them. They did get 2 points against Colorado. It's eliminated. One Midwest state out, but we do still have Ohio, Michigan, Illinois. There's a stateless, I think, are from the Midwest. Fangsy's from, and sort of Michigan going to be eliminating another team. Big Ten state out of things by the look of this one. Wisconsin Some interconference play there between the Big Ten and the Pac-12. Fremont rules really not confusing. Just have a hidden and a hard rock, and then if you have both of those, you can also have an easy if you want. That's really all there is to it. Hard rock and hidden hard rock are not unique from each other. You can run a hidden and a hard rock, you can run a hidden and a hidden hard rock, but you cannot run a hidden hard rock and a hard rock. That does not satisfy. The difficulty of hidden comes typically in the reading complexity. In a majority of maps, hidden, it's easier for a lot of these players to read with hard rock as well, so kind of just a requirement to make sure that you have somebody who's making a hidden by itself, or a flashlight. Strictly speaking, you can run a flashlight there if you want. You see Iowa with one of their first combo leads. This might be their first score lead of the match. So break from Revo is going to damage their chances at maintaining that, as the score is almost dead even. Michigan does flicker the lead back over to themselves. Small lead. Throw it out as Topoy has the best combo for their team, just slightly behind them. Exceedingly low accuracy from Revo is really causing trouble here for Iowa. 89% with him. Well, area hit no solid combo. Also with solid combo and a break from Snacks. Michigan does take a combo advantage. Snacks with another break. Mode and Revo doing what they can here. Mode has been kind of the shining star for Iowa in this match so far, but unfortunately not able to do enough by his against Bind Strength general in this matchup. Topoy with the best combo, 730. And we get 760 for Mode. MI Squad gonna be looking this one at home. You see the break from Topoy, but matched by a break from Revo. Mode still holding on to his combo, but Diaz and Area both with pretty solid combos. And Diaz, Mode, and Topoy all breaking, as well as Snacks. So Area gonna be bringing this one on home for the boys. This will be Michigan winning in a sweep here, almost assured now. Gonna be a 6-0. In fact, our second 6-0 of the day. And that'll be Michigan moving on in the losers bracket. Miserating with Iowa. We're now eliminated from USC 2020. They are the third team eliminated. Anna. Michigan will move on to a date with the victor of Washington and Connecticut. That match played a little on. Later on, I mean early now. Next match. Well played. Well played to Team Michigan on their victory here in this one. Get set up for the next match. Go Washington. Go Connecticut. Should be, I think, a pretty interesting matchup. Hard to say for sure. Things set up here on the stream. We'll get you back to your nice chill music. we'll have ourselves around a 15-minute break here between the matches. Is Connecticut playing today? Man, I don't know. Only there were somewhere on the screen. What the hell are you doing here?
I came in to commentate.
There's
but
nothing to commentate.
over.
The match is over. Hi, Will.
No, hey.
Go play your match.
Oh yeah, I have a match.
You have a match in like 10 minutes.
Yeah, I'm gonna go warm up. Goodbye.
My God. All right, well, everybody say hello and goodbye to Will Stetson, joining us quite briefly before the next match. We are gonna go to a quick break here. We'll leave the stream up. If I had commercials to play, this is where I'd play commercials. You know what I mean? Make that Twitch bucks. But instead, we're just gonna hang out for a little bit before the next match while they get things set up there, and we will be back with you in 10-15 minutes or so with the next matchup of the evening. See you guys in a bit.